Welcome back to Aquatic Australia with Sharky Jones. Welcome back to Aquatic Australia. Me, Chris, Dave and Liz are diving from my rib, Fuzzy Duck, for a WACSS dive. That's West Australian Citizen Shark Science. We are diving an amazing site called the Opera House. It's an advanced dive and not for the inexperienced diver. After a horrible year, 2020 is to finish on a high for us as Lizzie and I become the last people to dive the Opera House in 2020. Descending the line, we find our anchor right near the hole that is the roof of the cave. Descending further into the hole, the cave entrance is on the side of the pit and it leads into a cavern about 13 meters high. I enter the cave first and sit on the floor as my buddy Liz swims overhead into the large cave. We sight our first grey nurse shark near the east entrance to the right of the central Opera House stage. The cave is a vast space the size of a cathedral inside, with light streaming in beams from the ceiling and large schools of fish. All the while, grey nurse sharks glide slowly and smoothly around the cave like airships. I move to the central stage, close to a skylight and a beam of light like a spotlight onto that stage. I sit there and I wait. At this point, there are 5, maybe 6 sharks all around me, 2 off to my right, 1 off to my left, 1 behind, another rear right. It's beautiful. A large female grey nurse shark passes overhead through the light beams streaming through the ceiling. The sharks have a pattern of brown spots on their flanks. The pattern is unique to each shark. We've been working with marine scientists to capture data on these sharks for their research. Apart from the sharks and us, the cave is home to a massive school of bullseye fish that swirl like a tempest. Every now and then, a shark passes through the cloud of fish like an airplane parting the cloud, but they don't eat them. I sit next to the stage in the center of the chamber and let the sharks just slowly come past me. I hear music in my mind's ear. An opera house needs its singers and actors. In my imagination, the sharks are the soloists, the bullseyes are the chorus. They don't seem to eat the fish, but they do seem to enjoy swimming through the school and watching it part in front as much as we do. The spot patterns are very visible now as this female passes close in front of the camera. Remember, the lens is a wide angle, so they're closer than they appear. The stage itself is covered by brightly coloured sponges and soft corals in red, yellow and orange, giving the appearance of footlights. My buddy Lizzie hovers near the ceiling at about 24 metres to get the best air and no decompression time. I, however, am diving on Nitrox 32. Grey nurse sharks are actually related to great whites, but they're fish eaters and generally placid. They like to congregate in caves and under jetties and in and around wrecks. What enables them to do this is that they will take in air from the surface and hold it in their stomachs, changing their buoyancy from slightly negative to close to neutral, allowing them to hover. This adaptation allows them an unusual skill. They may be the only shark that can make a noise. Once, when I got a little too close, a large female vibrated the air in her stomach to make a loud grunt or drumming sound at me. It went like... Lizzie starts swimming up towards the skylight. Through the school of fish, unseen, a grey nurse shark is on the other side, also swimming through it. We're still not sure who was more surprised, Lizzie or the shark. The shark turns hard around, then hard around again, a full 360 degrees, bursting through the school of fish like a shockwave ahead of it. I gotta watch that again, I love it. The surprise over, Lizzie continues up and I follow soon behind. At the top of the cave, I stop to take a last look, then pass up past the thick rock ceiling towards the surface. Elated and arriving at stop depth, we see our rib. It's funny after so much club diving from a 45-foot Belleton jack to see my little 5.5 meter rigid inflatable. We dived in waves. Chris and Dave from HYC Divers went first while Lizzie and I were on overwatch. Now we're back up. Chris and Dave are on watch and help us de-kit and get back aboard and get our gear stowed, and then we go home. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube if you did. Let's take a look at the still photos from the day.